Zenless Zone Zero is giving us 1 out of 5 free limited S-rank agent and their weapon. So in this video, I will tell you what they do within the team and what you should pull to get the most out of this welcoming party. About me, just call me Cook. I played this game for almost 2 years and I cleared endgame with both high scores and low cost teams. So I believe I have a decent knowledge on the state of the game. Welcome to my kitchen. First disclaimer, you always want to pick or pull the characters you like, as the devs have consistently shown support to these old or outdated characters that will also get indirected buff with new releases. So enjoy your waifu or husbando. My first pick for the free character is Jendo. No, this is not the Jendo propaganda. Jendo is an on-field anomaly DPS character that could also work as a sub DPS in a physical anomaly team, especially if you're pulling for Ramil. As we see in the gameplay demo, Jendo is run with Velina and Ramil. Even if you do not have Velina, Jendo could also work with Piper and Ramil, as Jendo buffs Piper's damage. So I believe Jendo is perfect for brand new players who do not have many characters in their account. On her W engine, unless you like the glowing effect of her engine, then I do not recommend picking it up to enhance her performance, as she best used with Alice's engine, so her engine priority is low. My second pick is Lucia. Why is Jendo the first pick over Lucia? Well, Lucia is the premium support for Rupture teams, as she only works with these teams, and a lot of new players joining in Season 3, they probably do not have premium Rupture agents like Yishuan, Yidhari, Banyue, or Billy. The only option they have is Manato, who is strong at M6, but you probably do not get enough Mindscape in the patch or two, and by the time you do get him to Mindscape 6 and build him, we probably have a better Rupture DPS who can pull their own weight or support option, so I advise against building him and get Lucia to cover for Rupture teams. But if you want to invest into your account long term, or you already have premium Rupture DPS, then Lucia is a no-brainer, as she massively enhanced the Rupture teams compared to her free-to-play counterpart. Heck, even if you already have her at M0, then her M1 is a massive boost in performance. Personally, I think that for fully new players who do not have many agents, you should build one good team after another, and it might take a while for Rupture agent to come back. So I think that Lucia is a second priority, as Jendo already has her team in this patch. As for her W engine, it only works with her, so only take it if you are taking her. My third pick is Trigger. She's outclassed by newly released agent Norma and the guaranteed banner Dylan, even if Dylan doesn't have her signature, but Trigger is still a viable stunner, whose specialty is to be an off-field stunner who buffs both outside and inside stun with 35% extra damage, which means that she pairs well with attacker agents who demands a lot of field time like Anby, Yeshunwang, Seed, Soldier 11, Nekomata. But a lot of the times, Dylan just performs better in those teams, so Trigger is a great free-to-play option for those agents. But if you're eyeing on Dylan, then you should probably use your S-rank selector on someone else. But I can give you 2 big reasons to pick Trigger. Did I say more? Trigger W engine, much like Lucia's, only pull for it if you pick Trigger. It's a great addition to Trigger, and a large part of her supporting capabilities come from, but it only works with her. My fourth pick is Anby. Even though I love Anby and her belly button, I just can't advise you on picking Anby, because it takes way too much effort to make her work, as Anby is an on-field electric DPS who specializes in one word, Aftershock. This mechanic is gatekept by some agent, mostly Trigger, Offie, and Jufufu. She buffs Aftershock damage of her own and her teammates, and she needs a lot of field time to do those Aftershocks, which means she needs premium team to perform, that being Opal Squad with Trigger and Offie, as Anby is a sunk cost investment for me, and it took way too much investment to make her work, with at least 4 costs with her, Trigger and her engine, and an Offie to clear. If you take one of these elements off, then clearing with Anby is going to be a challenge to say the least. So I do not recommend getting Anby because of her needs for investment. Even though Anby isn't a great pick, but her W engine is a very tempting as a free-to-pick option. It's an insanely strong stat stick with 78 crit damage for free. It's a great engine for attackers who already have a lot of crit rate built in, like Evelyn or Sigrid. For Evelyn, it's pretty achievable to hit 100 crit rate, as she only needs 75 crit rate built in with her drive disc. The last 25 is built within the kit itself, and for Sigrid, she has a tons of crit rate built in, but things are still subject to change. So if you're pulling Anby engine for Sigrid, you might want to hold off until the embargo of her kit is lifted and we know what she does. And if Anby is held behind by investment, then Hugo is held behind in both investment and the game mechanics itself. Hugo is an attacker with a unique playstyle. He only goes on field in stun window, deals massive damage and get out, instantly ending stun window. So naturally you want to stun the enemy as soon as possible for him to work. So that's the first thing. He needs premium stunners to perform. Off-field stunners and Jufufu and Trigger just won't work with him. He needs Lycon, Lighter or Dailin in his team. And yes, he wants 2 good stunners for him to work. So we have an agent that requires a huge amount of investment to work. But remember what I said, he only deals damage in stun window. Well, he was released in the last banner of Season 1. And in Season 2, a new mechanic was released, Miasmic Shield, which prevents the boss from going into stun, which means that Hugo has even less chance to deal damage, as the fight has a lot less stun window. Not only that, Deadly Assault bosses in Season 2 has a lot of unskippable, invulnerable phase, like the Defiler, the Thrall or Sarah, switch in and out of Miasmic phase, further limits stun window, which tanks Hugo performance even further. So Hugo is not only a black hole of investment, the game works against him, especially him, just him, not Miyabi, not ice damage, just Hugo. At this point, I suggest that Hugo pullers should ask for a refund. They made a character who relies on stun just to release an anti-stun mechanic half a patch later. For his W engine, it's also a great stat stick for attackers, and unlike Anby signature, attackers will have an easier time building up their crit rate, as it gives 24 crit rate. And if you like Ellen Jo, then hey, it's better on her than her own signature. But if you like Secret, I advise you that Anby engine is probably better for Secret, because for now, Secret already has way too much crit rate. Well, this is my advice for newbies, and for me, I'm going for M1 Jane, which triggers second W engine enhancement. Do as I say, not as I do. That is it. See ya.